And good morning, YouTubers. This is your boy, Yo Brenner. Decided to jump on the cam today. Just going over some stats from yesterday's game. We had the Los Angeles Chargers against the Houston Texans. Believe it or not, we actually won a game. Makes it bumps us up to 1-14. Makes their record 5-10. Real interesting game. A lot of players showed up, didn't have no turnovers on Watson's end, so that was good. Lindsay had a great day, but we'll get all off in that until we get into the stats. So let's go ahead and just check out everything what went on. We got the offensive yards gained 592 to 607, so we won that. We have the offensive rushing 283 to 236. Offensive passing 356 to 325. We have the first down percentage, which was 20, well, not percentage, but they got 23 first downs. I got 19. Punt yards really didn't make a factor in the game. Kick return, I had 68 to his 48. For a total of 642 to 678. No turnovers. He had one turnover. It was a whole bunch of dropped interceptions, so I really don't know what to say about that too much. I mean, the game is going to be the game. I mean, if you don't have a good angle on the ball, some people do have good angles on the ball and they just drop it. I guess we're going to look at some of those people's catch as well. So, like I said, one turnover. So both teams pretty much played flawless as far as, the passing game going. Third downs, you had, both of us had 4. No conversions because nobody had to go for it on fourth down. So it was pretty much a scoring match. It was going to be down to the last person who had the ball. As you can see up there at the top, you can see that, we just went in and outscored him every quarter except for the last. I mean, we won by 1 point, but we just dug in and took care of business for a change, which I was proud of what the team did. So red zone percentage 100%. He got in the red zone 3 times with 3 TDs. I got in there 2. No field goals, penalties. Wow, man, 80 yards. We gave up 80 yards of penalties. We did a lot of roughing the passer, a lot of holding calls, penalties. I don't know what the deal was today with all the penalties. But he only got 25 time possession. We had the ball longer, 31 minutes and 35 seconds to 28 minutes and 22 seconds. So let's get off into the stats. We'll go ahead and look at the Charger stats and see what they did. Justin Herbert, he came in, had a 1019 rating, quarterback rating. He had 367 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 INT, no sacks. His longest was for 61. And he had a 51 percentage. He was doing out of 37 attempts, he had 19 completions. So what a good day for the young man. I mean, he was, like I said, he was doing what he's supposed to do, taking care of business, hitting it where he needed to hit it at. And I mean, he was somebody to deal with. Of course, that offensive line, I mean, they was covering him. We did not get no sacks on this guy. I mean, not one. So it means he had plenty of time to throw it. It's just like I said, it was going to come down to who had the ball last at the end. Rushing, we have Kareem Hunt, who had a great run, which you'll see it in the highlights. I mean, that guy, he just bullied me. He just pushed me down. He had 25 attempts, 210 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. So yeah, he was busy. Eckler, he had 3 attempts for 26 yards, and that was it. Like I said, he was leaning on Hunt. He was leaning on Hunt the whole time. I mean, we had Hunt last season in Madden 21. I mean, we didn't do half the stuff that this guy did to me. So it was real interesting to see the way he worked him. I mean, I know he is 4-year experience, probably not thinking about going after a running back like that just yet, but he's got a good thing there. I think it'll work out for him. If he just keeps on doing what he's doing, I mean, he had a hell of a day. Can't take nothing away from it. Receiving, we have Guyton. He had 7 receptions for 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. Longest was 61 yards. Allen, he had 6 receptions for 118 yards, no touchdowns. His longest was for 42. I can't pronounce that dude's name, but anyway, he had 55 yards, 2 receptions, 1 touchdown. Big tight end. I just can't think of it right now. It's been a long day. Yeah, don't judge me. I just got off work. So we got Mike Williams. He had 2 receptions for 28 yards. Longest was for 19. Eckler, he had 2 receptions for 14 yards. Longest was 12. So moving on to the defense. Adderley, is that how you pronounce that? He had a great day. I mean, he was laying the hat. Can't blame him. He had 17 tackles in all, 6 assists, 11 solo. No INTs. You got Murray Jr. He had 8 tackles, 3 assists, 5 solo, 1 sack, 2 for tackles for loss. So he was a busy man coming out of the middle linebacker spot. Newman, he had 7 tackles in all, 4 assists, 3 solo, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack. Rookie, middle linebacker. Great job, great day for the rookie to get 7 tackles and 1 sack. I mean, yeah, all the other thing he could have got was a couple of INTs. Joey Bosa, which was real quiet today. I don't know why. I was expecting for him to be rushing him a lot more. But he had 5 tackles, 3 assists, 2 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Darwin James, he was not a big factor because I guess we finally was able to hit the wide open men without having somebody on him. He actually had one in his hands, but he had wound up dropping the INT, so that was a good job. So he kind of stayed low key. 5 tackles, 1 assist, 4 solo. So we did our job as far as keeping the ball on the ground, pounding out the rock, just trying to move things, just basically just try to change a few things up, just not be so readable. So, but Jones, he had, we don't need to go to the kicking yet. What was that? Jones, he had 5 tackles, 3 assists, 2 solo, 2 tackles for loss. Samuel Jr., he had 5 tackles, all of them solos. Rookie, if you can pull that off, need to get that young man a little bit more playing time. Let him, grow. Harris Jr., he had 3 tackles. I guess you pronounce that Fackler. He had 3 tackles, 1 assist, 2 solo. Tillery, he had 2 assist tackles. Tranquil, he had basically he was 2 tackles, 1 for 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack. Redwine, he had 2 tackles. Davis, he had 1 assist on the tackle. Can't pronounce that dude's name, but he had 1 assist on the tackle. Webb Jr., he had 1 assist on the tackle. Williams, he had 1 assist on the tackle. Believe it or not, we tried to grab this guy away from Cleveland, but he wouldn't budge on anything. And now here he is. He only getting 1 assist tackle. Would have served right by us. Harrison, he had 1 assist tackle. And that was pretty much it on his defense. I mean, cornerback, free safety, my bad. Free safety was the one that was everywhere on the field. He was the free safety, the linebacker, and the defensive tackle. So, all right, let's go ahead and get off into the Texans stats and see what we got over here. We had Deshaun Watson, who had a record day of all season. 153 rating, 359 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no INTs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that's a big O up there. No INTs this game, which I was very proud of. Longest was for 85 yards. He got sacked 3 times, completed 15 passes out of 21 attempts, 71 percentage completions. So he was on point today. I don't know what got into this dude. I don't know what happened, but hey, he was hitting it where he needed to hit it at. Rushing, we had Lindsey. He had 23 attempts, 185 yards, 1 touchdown. Longest was for 75 yards. Watson, he had 6 attempts for 60 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 broken tackle. His longest was 29. Ingram, he had 8 attempts, 38 yards. His longest was for 17. So he was actually able to get Watson involved in the game plan, and I think that helped a lot too. Normally, people I play a lot, they normally go ahead and quarterback contain, but apparently he felt like he could take it. So it left us enough time to pass the ball. It just luckily we had people wide open when we needed them to be. We got Mr. Nico Collins. He had a good day today. He had 4 receptions for 138 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest was 85-yarder. So he put in work. He put in work today. That's the way to go, rookie. We got Chris Conley. He had a good day today. He was pretty much making Darwin James work. So we got 5 receptions, 135 yards. Longest was 34 yards. No touchdowns. But hey, we'll take that yardage. Cooks, he only had 1 reception for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. Longest was for 34. So he only had that 1, but it was hard getting him open because what we did was we went ahead and put the 2 twin towers on the outside. Because he's 6'4", 215, 6'3", 205. Went ahead and just put Cooks in the slot. It was the ideal choice. I mean, he's 5'10", 183 pounds. I mean, he doesn't have any type of really just jumping ability, so we probably should have made this move a while back in the earlier seasons. Probably would have made a bigger difference, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Like I said, we'll start working off with him, start trying to get his backup in the slot. We'll probably put him through some training in the offseason, in the preseason the next year, Steve Sims, and try to get him leveled up, because I believe we only got Cooks 1 more year after this. And, you know, by his time in the league, it might be time for it. I don't know if ratings gonna go down or what, but just trying to plan for the future. Mark Ingram, he had 2 receptions, 3 for 33 yards. His longest was 28. Irvin Jordan was real quiet today, which they was holding him tight as well. He had 2 receptions for 23 yards, and his longest was 13. I did not see him really open a lot on the field. He was playing him real close. So he know that was my number one go-to guy normally, especially when I'm in the squeeze, but he tried to take away the comfort zone, and he paid for it by leaving the big guys deep. So we got Lindsey. He had 1 reception for 1 yard. Really didn't try to throw it to Lindsey. Don't know why, but I don't know if it's because his stats aren't high enough. But every time we try to throw it to him out of the backfield, or if he's coming across the middle, he hesitates. So like, even if he does catch the ball, he's like stops and then goes. So I don't know, like I said, if that has something to do with his ratings as far as not being a good receiving back, but we'll work on it. And that's about it on the offense, man. I mean, we really didn't see no action out of Akins this week. Johnson either. So Steve Sims, we went on ahead and, like I said, let Cook start in the slot. So we put him on kick return. So well, just like I said, get him some XP, because we got to do something about that guy's release, man. 69 release is not going to cut it for us. Got to get that release up. So going to defense for us, we had Johnson, who had a good day. He had 14 tackles, 8 assists, 6 solo. You had Desmond King. He had 10 tackles, 6 assists, 4 solo. You had Justin Reed. He had 6 tackles in all, 3 for 3, 1 tackle for loss. HOU, he was kind of quiet somewhat, I guess because we moved him back to the outside this week. We didn't let him play the middle linebacker spot. So he went on ahead and had 6 tackles, 2 assists, 4 solo, 2 tackles for loss. You had Wilcox. He had okay day. He had tried to step it up, but his numbers are slowly going up. I mean, we went on ahead and moved him from playing the outside, and we moved him into the slot position. So, just for the speed and the height. But he came out okay. He had 5 tackles, 4 solo, and 1 assist. So, I mean, he stepped up his game in the slot. I was glad he didn't get burnt. He stuck with his man. I mean, he did what he was asked to do this week. You had Moreland. He had 4 tackles. He was 2 for 2. And he had the INT. He was the only person that got the INT, and he made an outstanding one-handed grab at the end of the game to pretty much help us secure it. He came through for us. That was our guy. So Kirksey, he was kind of quiet today. He had 3 tackles, 2 assists, 1 solo. You had Smith. He had 3 tackles, all of them solo. You had Jacob Martin, was real quiet today because he couldn't penetrate the offensive line. So, I mean, it really wasn't much he could do. He had 2 tackles for loss, 2 tackles in all, 1 for 1. Like I said, we could not penetrate that line to get any pressure on that quarterback, man. They was standing us straight up. And which, I mean, I know our defensive line ain't strong or anything, or no top tier NFL caliber ranked defensive line, but I mean, we got some pretty big fellas up there that, got pretty much good speed, and we was expecting for him to do a little bit better, but hey, just gotta take away the way the game goes. Blaylock, he had 2 assist tackles. Malik Collins, he had 2 assist tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Jenkins, he had 2 assist tackles. Merciless, he had 1 tackle on assist. Greenert, he had 1 tackle. Garrett Wallow, really quiet today, which was odd. I mean, we actually let this guy start, so he wasn't a factor like he's been being in the past few weeks. Normally he get like 3 tackles here, 5 tackles here, 3 tackles here. This week he only got 1 assist on the tackle. Maybe I didn't look at it and maybe he wasn't playing too much. I don't know, because this game will automatically sub in different people as they get tired through the week. So knew it. He had one solo tackle, and Brooks, he had one solo tackle. So yeah, that's pretty much the game right there. I mean, like I said, we just came in and just stood up and took it the way we were supposed to take it. Took the open opportunities, ran the ball, kept it on the ground, controlled the clock mainly. You know, that's all you can do. But if you, like I said, if you just go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be purchasing out some more videos. No, we're not gonna make it to the playoffs. Basically, we're just gonna be starting to try to, you know, look through the draft class, see who we can get out of the draft. Hopefully some good free agents will come through. We got a hellified room on salary cap, so you know we got some money to deal. But like I said, till next time, this your boy Yul Brenner. Hit that like button, subscribe. If y'all want to join us on Twitch, the name is QuarterMop25. Welcome to see us. Come and see us live. Don't have no schedule as far as live streaming goes, so you know, just click on there and drop in. But until next time, this your boy Yul Brenner. We'll be out of here, and y'all have a good day. Be careful out there and be safe.
Flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's that first down, pick it up and keep moving.
Here's Herbert. Dropped it. They were looking for it. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to get into field goal range on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking well, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
In enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
First and goal, you got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Hunt. And he takes it in for a Chargers.
Reestablish the tempo. A nice throw there. They put together a very strong drive as a response.
Quick throw to Collins. Touchdown. Nico. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Just ultimate recruiting and getting a bunch of points.
Points certainly not in the premium here. So that right there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me, I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Watson on play action. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. The Charger drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down right at the 4. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown, LA. David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are able to
In that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage, they used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll try the air now with Watson. That's caught offside by the tight end Jordan. And they'll get it up. 2nd and 20.